So yeah, Racer 1, Deer 0, killed that sumbitch, but the deer managed to inflict his share of damage. So we have things torn apart. What survived on the front? Well, luckily, turbos, all good. Passenger side headlights, and that assembly, all good. This latch panel up here on top, I managed to straighten this out. This edge was kind of turned down and tweaked front where it popped the fender. Got that pried back into shape. A little massage in there. All good. New transcooler, because the old one got bashed to shit. New transcooler lines, because those took a beating. Pinched them in several spots, and I wasn't going to be that guy on the track. We had to kind of massage this a little bit to get the bumper bracket back out for the bumper, but that was no real problem. And even though there's a few spots on the condenser, it took the fins out here but didn't take out the tubes. So I'm not sure if that's holding or not. I gotta get a buddy over with some gauges and throw on there and check it out. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. You can just make it out under there. Maybe I can show you from this angle. Yeah, right there you can see that it pushed the fitting in, and it must have smacked that water injection solenoid and shoved it in the charge tube. Don't know yet if that leaks or not. We'll have to get that out and see if that needs a little patchwork, or if that's leaking or what's going on. Don't know. I just found out that the AN line for the water injection got smashed, so now I'm gonna have to put a new one on. No big deal. Little spot there where nothing there, but right there where a bolt or something pushed into the dry sump tank. No leaks though, but something to definitely repair. So all of that. A little bit of tweaking and massaging to do in here to get this back in shape for the fender. Same thing on the radiator core support. You can kind of see where it kind of pulled things apart, tweaked it a little bit. But I've had the replacement fender on, and it's good enough for who it's for. And it should fit, and we should be back in business. Some chips and everything where it shoved the fender back into the door. You can see those here. Little chip there we put into it trying to get the fender off. All in all, it could have been way worse. Let me show you the hood. It did jack the hood up, and really you can kind of see that line where it folded that over on a hard 90, where it's a little more angled on the other side. And I've massaged that a little bit. It tweaked it here pretty hard, bent this corner down. I pulled that back up as good as I can get it. You can see I put some dents in there. Just trying to take the stresses out of the metal. I think that is what it is. It'll be fine while we're still running a steel hood. There you can see the smashed up headlight bezel. It tore that up pretty good. That is pretty much spare parts. At this point, you can see I already robbed one of the mounting stanchions off of it for the replacement bezel. So that's done. So luckily I had all of the replacement parts see the grill is just beat to shit. All the trims beat to shit. I ended up cutting parts off this grill to patch the other grill that I'm working on. That's all patched, and you can see the pieces I put in. Filler there. Filler there. We'll blend that in. Just have to paint everything at this point, polish it up, and get it back on the car. So the fender got tweaked pretty good, as you can see. It is pushed in where the deer hit it, busted up the chrome trim, dented it out pretty bad. The replacement fender I had was a nice piece. I think this one might be salvageable, but it's going to take a ton of hours to get it back in shape. So it was a lot quicker just to get a replacement fender on there, get that painted, and go to town. Now it's just a matter of all of the things like the little hardware pieces for the grill. You can see the mangled up headlight assembly. Had a new one of those, got that all screwed back together and we're in good shape there. So now it's just all little hardware pieces. New door fender decal. Get the Roadrunner back in action. The grill emblems. A new insert. Well, a used insert, which is better than the one that is now busted all to shit. Luckily, the bumper was not all big HEMI, because that thing probably would have splintered into a million pieces. So there's some of the chrome trim for the grill that's got to be polished up and put back on. Another piece on the wall. So we'll get that all back together, get the trim polished up, and get the car back in action. Next event, July 16th at Havana, Illinois. So we'll go down there and see if we're all in good shape. Another victim of the crash. The hood latch support. Luckily again, I had all the front sheet metal. So all in all, it could have been way worse. That thing could have been kicked up. Could have destroyed the hood, could have kicked up, gotten the windshield, could have come through and killed me, who knows. You know, but it didn't get into the A-pillar or the roof line or anything like that. Damage was, for the most part, cosmetic exterior sheet metal and trim. So nothing major. We'll be back in action shortly, and we'll get this beast back out on the track and rolling. So that was our Midwest Drags adventure. It was definitely quite the adventure. First time I've gone hunting on a drag strip. So bagged a trophy deer. All right, guys. We'll tune in later.